girlies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit. And this is another update for my Panning Solitaire project, which I'm excited to give you guys an update. It's not as exciting as I would like it to, but we are getting there. So there is a playlist down in the description box if you would like to check this out from the very beginning. I am panning my Mercury retrograde palette from Huda Beauty. And basically it's because the packaging broke on me, so it's getting super frustrating and annoying to hold. So I wanted to pan this palette without a whole lot of stress and pressure, I guess. So I'm doing this Panning Solitaire style. So I have already rolled in a single, which I rolled out earlier, and I've rolled in my duo, which I'm currently working on. And then after that will be a trio, and then I will start over and roll a duo again and keep on going until I've completely hit pan in every shade in this palette. I am not too concerned about finishing up any shades. I just want to hit pan, just want to show some use and see where I end up at the end of all of that and what my decision is on this palette. I do enjoy it. It's nothing like that. It's just trying to figure out what I want to do with the packaging and whatnot. So this is the Mercury retrograde palette. And like I said, I'm working on my duos. So the two shades that I had rolled in for that was Karma and Utopia. And I did not get to roll anything out or in last update, but I am still sitting there, but I did actually hit pan in one of the shades. So I had some usage, maybe a handful of usage on Utopia prior to rolling it into this project. I think I said it in the last update. If I'm using a shade prior to or after it being in this project, I'm not counting any uses. It's only in the duration that it's rolled in for. So I don't have an exact number of actual uses on that shade, but I did use it just a little bit more than Karma. Karma I had not reached for at all, so that was completely brand new when I rolled it in. And I am very excited yet kind of curious and interested to let you know that I actually did hit pan, but I hit pan in the shade Karma, which really surprised me. I hit pan yesterday morning, so I don't know if you're really going to be able to see. It is literally like the babyest pan. So I'm just going to put up a photo that I took yesterday just to actually show you guys that it's there. But this is Karma, and that is where I had hit pan. Utopia still does not have the same dip that Karma does, and I know I've switched my brushes from a fluffier brush to a more dense brush that I normally use in my crease. So I'm not sure what exactly happened there because, like I said, Utopia is the shade that I've had just slightly more progress on than I did with Karma, and yet I've still hit pan on Karma first, and the dip is much deeper in Karma than it is in Utopia right now. So I do feel like if I'm to use Utopia for the rest of the week, every single day, I will probably hit it either by the end of this week or the beginning of next week. So we'll see how I feel about that. Basically, what's gonna happen is once I hit pan in Utopia, I will be rolling the duo out and rolling in my trio. And I had mentioned in the previous update that this shade here, Momentum, is going to be included in my trio because that's gonna be the next cream shade that I'm focusing on. And the way I work through my cream shades is I use one at a time until it's completely finished up, and then I move on to the next one. So the shade Classic from my Tarte's Pro palette, that's what I was working on prior. That is completely finished up. So a little bit of a spoiler from my bonus pan videos that's coming up at the end of this month. But the shade that I'm working on right now is from my Vizzy Art Warm Edits palette. And I do have a little bit of a dip going on in that one now. So I don't think it's going to take me a whole lot of time, maybe another month or so to completely finish that shade up, because I find the cream shades that I've been working on out of those mini palettes have taken me about a month and a half, give or take. So I'm thinking that what's going to happen is it's going to be another month before I roll in Momentum here. And I'm going to completely use this shade up. But once I hit pan on this, and as long as I have pan on the two other shades, then I will be starting fresh again and starting with a single. So once I hit pan in Utopia, I will be rolling in two shades to join Momentum as the trio. And then I'll just be working on that until I have hit pan in all three shades. And then, like I said, start again with a single shade, but I will continue to work on Momentum until it's completely finished. So you will see a lot of progress on this one throughout, but I'm not going to keep track of how many times I have used it either prior to it being rolled in as my trio or after it has been rolled out of my trio. So if I happen to roll in this shade before I actually hit pan on this shade, which I'm kind of hoping is not the case, I'm not going to keep any track of that usage. It's just during the time period that it is in this project for. So I'm going to just show you guys again a little bit. There's Karma, and again, you cannot, it's right, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like right there, the tiniest little speck of pan, but I am counting it. I will continue to use Karma just to expand that pan a little bit more, but I am counting this just because I want to continue on and keep working throughout this palette. So I'm counting it. And then Utopia here, it's not as deep, but I do feel like I'll be able to hit that decently quick, I'm hoping. It has shown to be a little bit more, not a struggle, but I have used Karma 16 times. And like I said in the beginning, that is from scratch, brand new. The shade had never been touched. And at the moment, I've used Utopia a total of 19 times in this project. But again, like I said, there was a small handful of times that I had used that shade. So definitely more than 20 so far, and it is still not, it still does not have pan, even though Karma does, but that's okay. Not every shade is always going to be the same, and not every shade is going to take the exact same amount of time to reach for it. I do think that with Karma, I use it in my outer V, so I probably use a little bit more of it, and I just use Utopia like in the inner corner of my crease, sometimes to the middle. So if I try to blend it out a little bit further and reach and dip into it just a little bit more, then I might hit pan on that quicker. So Karma will hopefully look a little bit different in my next update because I do want to expand the pan there, and I'm hoping that Utopia will finally have pan by then. I think it will. I do kind of want to not necessarily take a break from it, but just ease my way into hitting pan on Utopia, only because I do kind of want to time it with the same time that I'll be rolling momentum into the project, and I'm really hoping that's going to be before the next update. But like I had mentioned in, I believe, the intro video, when I'm rolling in a new shades to work on, I will screen record because I don't necessarily want to hold off until the next update. So you guys will see that happening, and you'll see what shades I actually land on. But what I've decided I'm going to do is once I have hit pan on a shade, I'm going to knock it out of here. So instead of still rolling 1 through 18, I will narrow that down. So I will be rolling 1 through 14 next time, because this shade was my single and I have hit pan on this one. This shade, and this one will be out. So I will be taking those 4 shades out. So I will only be rolling 1 through 14 and just counting that way, skipping over the ones that already have hit pan on. So that is my update for this. Unfortunately, I won't be rolling anything in quite yet, but I'm hoping that it's going to be pretty soon, and you guys will see my screen record of me rolling in my next 2 shades for my trio. I'm very excited to start working on this, and I'm super curious to see if the cream shade in here is going to be any different than these other mattes so far. The brush I use is different than what I use for any of the other shades that I put on my eyes, so we'll have to see how long it's going to take. But like I said, that will be the only shade that's going to be completely finished, but that's, I know, going to take quite a while probably, which is totally okay. Once I hit pan on all 3, I will restart with a single and work my way through this palette. I really do enjoy this. I have loved the color stories so far that have come out of this, and I really do enjoy pairing Utopia and Karma. So to expand the pan and Karma, I'm probably going to continue to use them the exact same way, which I'm totally okay with. I'm not actually wearing this palette on my eyes today. I was planning on it, but I had to work this morning and I was running late, so I just threw on something else, which is in another project, and I was out the door as fast as I could be. So unfortunately, I'm not wearing this today, so I did not get any extra use on it, but I'm very happy with how far I've come, even though I still want this to be a very relaxed video and not put too much pressure on myself. I don't feel like I am. I'm still reaching for this, and I'm still able to incorporate this with my Panless eyeshadows or my Panlap palette, which is kind of a bonus because I don't want to feel like I have to leave something out for too long or not be able to reach for it and incorporate it into other looks. So this is where the palette is sitting at once again. Let me know if you have worked on this at all, and if you keep track on how long it takes you to hit pan. How long has it taken you to hit pan in some of these shades? I'm very curious to know. And yeah, that's everything. So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope that there will be some rollouts before the next update so you guys can see what I'll be rolling in to make my trio, and I'm very excited for that. So again, thank you. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.